Bold TV.
Hello, good morning. Good morning, beautiful ladies. Good morning, online audience. Welcome to another episode of Bold TV. Beautiful, outstanding ladies with disabilities, where we talk about disabilities and issues around disabilities. Today, we have a guest in the house. I have like 2 or 3 guests that will be coming. Right now, I have just one. But before the program ends, I'm expecting 2 other guests to join us. And today's program is all about in commemoration of International Polio Day, which was 24th October. So because we couldn't do it last month, we have to drag it back into this month so that we can share our experiences as polio warriors in Bold Heart Initiative. Also, we solicit for those that enjoy the programs, and we solicit for one program to continue because we are giving information that they can go to our YouTube channels, watch it, share, comment, like, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel. Just click on the like buttons and subscribe on the button. You'll be having our different episodes that comes on every Saturday. So the program is brought to us live by Bold Heart Initiative. So I'm going to run through the program now. Today's topic is all about resilience on the journey of polio. So all our discussion today is going to go around polio, so that people want to sensitize the public what polio is all about, our experiences, because we are living with polio. It's an experience sharing. So today I'm your co-host. I'll introduce myself so that my other colleague will introduce herself. I'm Osaki Teresa Georgie. I reside in Port Harcourt, Rivers State, presently on air. I'm a freelancer and a farmer. I'm a polio warrior. I'm so glad, I'm so happy to be your co-host today. So Susan, please introduce yourself.
Hello, good morning, everyone. Good morning, our listeners. My name is Imaku Susan. I'm from Benue State. I reside in Makurdi, to be precise. I'm a polio warrior. I use a wheelchair. I'm a business lady. I'm a bead designer and an advocate for gender and disability-based violence. It's so good to be here again, and I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Susan. Thank you for that brief introduction of yourself. Wow. Your intro is very, very interesting.
Thank you.
Okay. Are you hearing me, Susan? Hello? Okay.
Yes, I can hear you. I'm with you. Yeah.
Sorry, that was like incoming call that interrupted. So today's topic is on resilience on the journey of polio. So I would like Susan in the house to give an insight of what's polio, so that people have an understanding of what we're talking about. Susan, please give us an explanation, whatever you think that you know that polio is.
All right. Polio is a highly infectious disease that is caused by a virus called poliovirus. It basically affects the young children, and it affects the young children, and it is spread by the contact with the contaminated food, water, and surfaces. The symptoms are fever, fatigue, and headache. Polio is nearly eradicated because of the vaccine, polio vaccine that is out. It is incurable. It cannot be cured. So can you hear me? Are you with me? Okay. So it's a disease that is not curable. It cannot be cured. So we advise that the vaccine should be taken seriously, especially by the pregnant women. They should be taking the vaccine for polio, because even though it's almost eradicated everywhere, it's still in existence in some places. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Susan, for that brief intro of polio. Like she earlier said, polio is a virus, it's a disease that is gotten from poliomyelitis. It's a highly infectious viral disease. And if not managed well, because it doesn't have a cure, it's only through management that once the person is infected or have it, there's no way out, but you can be managed and still have a successful life. But if not managed, it could be worse. So that's what polio, and it happens from infants, babies, children, but it can also happen to an adult too. I have a friend that they had it at adult, almost teenager age and adult, so that's strange. So if we are not careful, it's what can happen to anybody too. And it's passed through contaminated food, water, drink, and passes through the mouth and then multiply into the intestines, and that's when the person will now have the serious problem of polio. Most times it affects the lower limb, at times the hands too, all of that. Okay, polio, Susan, that was all about polio. So let's share on challenges that we face, we that have polio. What are the challenges that comes with?
All right. Okay, I can see you are talking, and I cannot hear you.
You can talk. Over to you, Susan. Please talk.
Okay. So the personal experience. I earlier said that I'm a polio warrior. So I have some challenges growing up as a person with disability who had polio, and some of them are, when I was a kid, my parents were taking me from hospital to hospital, trying to look for solutions, trying to look for cure, because of there was no knowledge of, there's no cure for this thing, for this disease. So they were actually looking for a way of looking for solution for it so that I could walk again. Of course, I forgot to mention that in my definition of polio, I forgot to mention that in some severe cases, polio can cause paralysis, right? So now, when my own resulted to paralysis, which that is the reason why I use a wheelchair today. So my parents were looking for a way of solution, of curing it, so that I could be on my feet again. So during that time, when they were taking me from hospital to hospital looking for solution, rather than accepting the situation and putting me in school, my time was going. It caused a lot of delay in my life. That was one of the challenges as a polio survivor when I was growing up. It affected my time academically and in every other aspect, because there was no solution, but they were busy looking for solution, right? Then the second one was it took them time to realize that there was no cure for it. But by the time it was done on them that this thing does not have cure, when we were finally back home, it was hard for them to believe that it would be possible for a child with polio like this to go to school, right? So that also affected my time a lot, and it caused delay in my life. But thank God for divine speed at last, right? So now, when it took them that time, like a very long time, to believe and accept that I could go to school in this condition, now an NGO now showed up, right? And then they now sensitized my family, telling them that it's possible for this child to go to school. That was how I started going to school. Then another challenge I had back then was the issue of acceptance, right? Personal self-acceptance. It was difficult for me to accept myself. It was difficult for me to accept that, to accept that I can grow in this condition and then still become a successful woman. Then there was that resulted to serious fear in me. I was so scared of life in general. I was so scared of the future because already my parents, I was watching them trying to look for solution. Since the solution was not forthcoming, then fear now set in. Emotionally, I was so scared of life. That was another challenge. It was hard for me to accept that it would be difficult for me to actualize my dream in this condition. Then another challenge was discrimination. I was experiencing discrimination one way or the other, either in school or in other places, even sometimes from the family. So those were the challenges I faced as a polio survivor.
Wow, thank you very much for that beautiful contribution. And those are the similar things most of us went through. Like our case, what Susan just said is nothing different from what she had. I also had that kind of challenges. I had paralysis. My both legs were weak. Up to tomorrow, my legs are not equal. So my feet, they are not equal. So if I'm going to buy shoes in the market, is a problem because one feet is bigger than the other. And there's nothing you can do about it, except if you happen to see someone that has that kind of issue. Like my left feet is smaller. So if I can see someone that has a right feet smaller and the same size of shoe, then, but most times when people end up buying two different shoes, or one will be too bigger, then you will have to now add foam or whatever inside. If you're not careful, the shoe will go off your leg whenever you're moving. So that's a serious challenge. Another one is it will reduce you in size, deformity. So your body will not be equal the way it ought to be. It's either you have a curve, you bend somehow, you're looking a little different from persons without disability. Another one is fatigue. You get tired easily because of your muscles are already weak. Another one is has limited independence. Of course, part of why we are having this both TV is to have our independence. No matter how we advocate it or even society gives us that independence, we still don't have full independence. I still need you or whoever to support me inside my own independence. So that's part of the challenges we have. And also it comes with pains. There are times I wake up in the morning, I didn't do anything. I wake up with pains. As in, for just sitting down, I have pain. And that's the most that for just sitting down, there is pain. For standing, there is pain. As in, for doing nothing, the body just have pains. And after a while, it stops. But the pains, as you get older, the pains, it becomes more severe because I use crutches. The distance I used to trek when I was far younger and now is not the same. If I just trek a little, my limbs everywhere is paining. So those are the challenges we have. So I don't know if you want, I just explained my own experience of what I faced through as a beautiful lady with polio warrior. So all of that are the challenges we go through. So I would like us now to share our experience of how we solve it, how we resiliently push through life, get educated, have a business, do all we can to be successful and to be more active in society. So I'd like Susan to share her experience of the narration of how she got her degrees, a businesswoman, whatever you think, as in she's living a fulfilled life inside the limitation of having polio as a woman. So Susan, over to you, please.
All right. Yes, my resilient story started when I started going to school. That was the beginning of my resilient story. When I got to school, I earlier mentioned that I had fear, initially. So when I got to school, I at the end of the term, of the first term, my first term in school, I discovered I performed even better than the other kids that were there before I got there. Then the second semester, second term rather, same thing. So that confidence started building in me. I started having unusual confidence in myself because of my performance. So I had to put more effort, extra effort to make sure no one beats me. That's how it continued. And then gradually, fear started leaving me. That fear of life in general started leaving me gradually. And then I started believing in myself little by little. That was the beginning of my resilience story. And then ever since then, by the grace of God, ever since then, there's nothing I will put my hand in, or no academic activities that I will get myself involved in that I will not succeed. I will always be in the front. So that is part of my resilience story. Then followed by my singing ministry. So someone introduced me to choir. I don't know. I think he heard me singing like that on my own. Then he introduced me, took me to choir. So I joined choir. I never knew that I would be able to go out and mingle with people, let alone singing in choir, and even stand or let's stay in front of crowd and be singing. Then people will be blessed. So I started singing in choir. It was another resilience story in my life that I can never forget. I've been singing ever since then till today. So I've been a chorister, and it has so blessed me personally, and a lot of people too have been blessed. So it's part of my success story too, personally. Then from there, God has been blessing me from in one way or the other. I would never ever believe that I could grow up even in this condition to be a blessing to my family. Today, I can tell that I have been a blessing one way or the other in my own little way to my family. A child that they were so scared of that can never amount to anything. Now I have been sending to my mom and other people that need my help, financially, especially one way or the other. So, and in my business, I will not lie, I've been successful in any business I put my hand to do. And then God took me from one school to another, from primary to secondary to NC to BSc, and now I'm doing my master's. So it's a serious success story that I can attest to, and I really thank God for it, because I never knew that I could be successful. I could have gone this far, especially when I was so scared of life. I didn't know that I could have gone this far. So that's actually my resilience story. And then I've acquired different certificates, especially I've really received different awards in my lifetime, and I thank God for it.
I'm so proud of you. That was a good job. Well done. You've made us so proud in the disability family. Okay, I'll share my own story. I got into school late, like what Susan said. When you have a disability type of polio, it drags you back. So I did everything, primary school late, secondary school late, but God so kind, university I was at the right time for university. I don't know how it happened. Maybe I don't know, but I just knew that university I was not so. The time I was going to school was the age my mates and even young. Then finally from confidence and independence of life that I can even have. Whenever I drive, people look at it, it gives them this, wow, she get off my mind. Then after I got a job. From there, I worked with an NGO. From the NGO, I went to teaching in secondary school. From there, I'm now on my own, have my own farm, handle my own business. I'm a freelancer. I work with the computer a lot and impact knowledge on other people that I know that needs my assistance and my knowledge. And even the farm business, I'm doing so well. We take care of birds, all of that inside the journey of polio. We pushed through, we grew past this struggle, we had faith. A lot of things happened, but inside there, I say that I must be successful. And that was the bottom line that made me want to talk about it today, because at the end of the day, in the NGO I worked, NGO is my friend's NGO, and that NGO boasts me so much. It's my friend is the Edie Frekish, is one of the co-hosts of this program. So in that NGO, we do a lot of independence, a lot of vocal speaking, public speaking, disability rights, and all the rest. A lot of programs we had in that NGO. So that helps my. So today I'm so proud, I'm so happy with myself, because opportunity comes here and there, and I key in. I don't look at it whether it's for person with disability or not. I just put myself, because I know the requirement, it's what I have and I can do it. If along the line I'm not selected, I still don't get angry. I put it for another one. So all of that is what kickstarts and help in my resilient story in the journey of polio. So I know somebody out there is listening, somebody out there is learning, somebody out there is watching. So today we're wrapping up for today's episode. I couldn't get my other guests, maybe one to network or the other. But that's our stories to end polio for today. And I thank our online viewers. I thank you, Susan, for showing on today. And also, follow our network, follow our YouTube channel, follow our Facebook, comment, share, and subscribe so that we have our different episodes. So we'll drop the copy for today and want to say thank you. So Susan, please air out your bye-bye speech so I can close for today.
All right. Thank you everyone for listening.
All right.
Yeah,
all right.
Thank you so much for your time. Thank you. Bye.
All right.
We love you.
Bye.
Bye.
This is Bo